Hey, I just wanted to do a little kind of video about Game of Thrones and especially the previous episode, The Bells, I think it's called, which is the second last episode of the whole series. Yeah, I just find it really interesting that people are getting really shitty about it. Let me have an opinion. The interesting thing is, I absolutely love the episode. It's twists that needed to happen. Why people are shocked, by the way, there's spoilers. Why people are shocked that Daenerys isn't an evil queen, like, and it's out of character, have clearly not been watching the show. And I've thought from day one that there was going to be she was going to snap or twist or something. I mean, the way she killed people and just like had no emotion and like I love that they've done this. Like, people are like, oh, it's fucking, oh, it's out of character. I'm like, no, it's fucking not. It really is in character. She's nuts. Like, they've said it from day one. The Targaryens are crazy people. Like, why can't she? Yes, she had this like idea of liberating and not being a tyrant, but at the same time, she was killing a lot of people in the 8 seasons. Like, she's she's brutal, and you got to remember too. They've built this up to the point she's had Jorah die, her fucking like very loyal friend. Melisandre, I think her name was, what was her name? The shit got beheaded in the one beforehand. Her side advisor, who was her best friend, got killed. Her two dragons got killed. She's had so many like knocks, and she's so close to her goal of being the ruler of the Seven Kingdoms. And when she decided, when she decided she got like that, no, fuck this. I'm just gonna burn this place down. I kind of understand why she did it. Like, she's sitting there going, I've got this. I can either go to that fucking Red Keep with where Queen Cersei is and kill her, or burn everything. Because you know let's start again. She said it in one of the previous scenes. She goes, "Well, I'm gonna be nice to the next generation." And so I wasn't surprised, like, of people who because she knows that she wasn't loved in that part of the world. So she was like, "Well, I'll kill everybody and start again." It's just so in her character, and yet people are like really upset about this. Think of it the other way. If if they didn't do this twist and it was a boring, oh, she sits on the throne, everybody would be like, oh, that's a bit unpredictable, really. There's some kind of twist would have happened in the end. It's very like you couldn't please either side. So if you had to choose between her going, she's actually the big bad, which I fucking love, and I've said this to a friend, the reason why I liked her twist is because it's happened in films and TV shows before. Let's take a film like Unbreakable, with Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson. Like, one of the best twists about that film was you were meant to believe that both those characters were good guys. And then at the very end, you find out Samuel Jackson's character was the villain. So, and that was a really cool twist. I'm like, you kind of watch that film in a different light. I think they've done a smart thing here by Daenerys she becomes evil and the evil queen. You will watch that series on a different way. Like, I already know that if I watch from the beginning again, which I'm sure everybody will, if they're fans, they'll be like, there's a point there's a point there. Oh, why didn't I see it? So it really shits me that people haven't gone along with the ride. Like, people are just so quick to go, oh, fucking hell, oh, I'm so, like, you can't please people. So, anyway, that's my take on Daenerys and why I loved. And look, I have a theory. I think last episode, I think she will get killed off. Someone said something to me about the Lord of Light, and I was like, the Lord of Light is a fire god. She can't die by fire, so she is a threat to this god. So I was like, that's why Arya's alive. That's why Jon Snow survived or been resurrected by the fire god. I think it plays a bigger part in the whole show than they've ever let on. So I have a theory that she has to die by normal means. She can't be, her dragons can't burn her. Fire doesn't kill her at all. So, of course, the fire god is going to be like, well, I need to fucking get someone to kill this bitch, Like, she's a threat to my, godliness, I guess. So, yeah, I think that'll play a big part. I hope Arya doesn't kill her, because, fucking hell, she's, like, killed nearly every main bad guy in the whole show. Like, the Frey guy, and yeah, like her uncle, I think it was, who betrayed the Starks at the Red Wedding. Oh, the Bolton dad, sorry. So yeah, it'd be just, I think my theory is Jon will survive. He will end up going back to the north and ruling maybe the wildlings, or be a part of their crew and live happily ever after. I think Sansa will end up being on the throne. I think Arya, I'm 50-50. I think she might die, and once the Lord of Light's used you, you're dead. Like, it's happened to every single character that's Lord of Light, worshippers. So I'm not sure she'll survive, but the one thing I hope about Arya's character is she has to, in the final episode, she has to use her face mask abilities, because what was the point of that whole fucking story if she doesn't use her face mask? As in her ability to be other people. Like, so I really, fingers crossed, hope she does that, because it will really conclude that story for her. I just don't look. I don't want her to die, because she is a good character, and she definitely, yeah, I can't see her having a good ending, to be honest. I think they're going to kill her off. So, who else is there? I really think Tyrion ends up sacrificing himself. So I have a feeling Tyrion will be the one to kill Daenerys, and I think Daenerys will end up stabbing or trying to kill Jon, because he's legitimately the heir, and she's snapped. So she's like, well, I'm killing everything that's a threat to me. So I think she's going to try and kill him. And I think Tyrion is going to step in and take the bullet, pretty much. Does she die? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's going to be a hard call. I do believe, I've read reports that that they've got multiple endings filmed. So it'd be really interesting to see what ending they pick. Obviously, they've been following the highs and lows of the fans going, I hate this, I like this, I hate this, I like this. So it'd be interesting to see. It's like a choose your own adventure, really. Who else? Pretty much all the main characters are dead now, aren't they? So, all right. So yeah. Let's talk about the Mountain versus the Hound. Oh, that was a fucking fan service moment. I don't give a shit what anybody says about it being all cinematic and all that. We deserved that. Like those two, like this is the scene of the Mountain disobeying Cersei for the first time, because he's loyal as fuck to her. And I like that she sort of like walks past the Hound, like, excuse me. I just thought that was really, really cool. And we'll talk about Cersei in a minute, because but that battle was awesome. And you finally got to see the Mountain with his helmet off, with his top off, and he was all fucking, I don't know, it looked like grayscale. I don't know. I really, really liked it, and there was no other way. He was trying to kill that fucker like you wouldn't believe. Nothing killed him. And of course, both of them threw themselves out of the tower, which I thought was a really good fitting in for the Hound. And the scene before that with the Arya, I wish it went longer. I really, really do. I wish that scene was a little bit longer. It felt a little bit rushed, but the point was made. Like, I love the fact that he grabbed her and said, you're gonna die with me if you don't, snap out of it, girl. You've got a bigger fish to fry. Fuck this list. Cersei's dead pretty much. He didn't say that, but they both knew she was a goner. So I found that really cool. And then Arya kind of went, right, let's go fucking get out of the city. I need to get out of the city and rah, rah. So Cersei, she didn't do much this season, let's be honest. But I heard she got paid $25 million for this season, by the way. But good on her. Fuck her. Yeah, she fucking deserves it. I don't give a shit. She's been there from day one. She's been loyal. She's an amazing person to watch into being interviewed. She's a great person, I reckon. I've liked her for a long time outside of the Game of Thrones. She's been in a few films like Judge Dredd and the old Terminator Sarah Chronicles show. And yeah, she's been around for a while. So fucking good on her. Anyway, her character. So yeah, the fact that when she realised, fuck, I've lost, and she starts crying, I don't think many people realised why she was crying. It was like a humaniser for starters, and I like the twist that they did. It's like, okay, she's a bitch and she's bad and she's fucking whatever, but she wouldn't have done what she did, like Daenerys did. She wouldn't have massacred the whole million people city. She might have killed a big portion, but at the end of the day, she's not the bigger bad. And then so she starts crying because she's realised she's going to die today. And her baby, who they've again said from day one, her children are the most important thing in her life. She's realised, I'm going to die and my baby's not going to ever, I don't get to be a mother ever again. And I really, really like that. I mean, again, they didn't really portray it, but you could tell that's what they were going for. So for her to escape like she did, like she's like, right, I have to get out of here, save myself. And then, of course, that a lot of people pissed off about the scene in how she dies with Jaime. I disagree. I think, I would have loved to have seen Daenerys and her have a bit of a bitch fight. But at the end of the day, I think it was really poetic that they're in this dungeon, they're together, and I don't know. I actually didn't mind the fact that she died that way, like being crushed by fucking the rubble. Yeah. I mean, she was a bitch and everybody wanted to see her die like her son, Joffrey. But I actually think they humanised her at the end and she went out and she's dead. She's dead now, so what can you do? So Daenerys is now the big bad and next week's going to be the crazy one. So yeah, I'm a lot of people have had big opinions about this episode, but I don't think they could have done it any other way. Because I really think if no twist happened, people would be pissed off as well. They'd be like, oh, well, that was a bit generic and boring. No, fuck that. I want the twist. And the twist makes sense, even though people don't see it. And I bet you, once the final episode's gone, whatever, and people rewatch the show, I know I'm going across the ground again, but when people watch the show again, they'll see the little tidbits of why her character arc went the way it did. Anyway, Game of Thrones, fucking big fan. I mean, who isn't? And I got my dad involved. So me and my dad, for the first time the other night, had a fucking massive conversation because he's been trying to catch up. He's at the end of season 6, I think. So it was good to get my dad involved. I've said to him for years, watch this show, Dan. All right. Anyway, Game of Thrones. So next week, final episode. Fingers crossed it doesn't disappoint because the second last episode was a fucking banger.